Now in this particular tutorial I'll be showing you how to create this particular burger design. I guess I've been much of creating burger lately. Alright, so let's just go straight into the tutorial. The first thing we'll be doing is creating our background. Alright, ingredients. So this is the background I use. Let me just show you how I created it. I made use of this radar background. So made use of this guy, this one. So then I draw this one here. Okay, so for this one the color code is 81250. so there will be some numbers here, so let me just show you. Copy, let me cut, you paste this one here, then you make sure you click this mark. When you click it, you see whatever is here is going to disappear. The color that was here before is going to change to this one. So for this one the same thing, and you just come here, the pencil, you copy and you just paste, you just cut it and you just paste this D87046 into whatever you have in there, and you click on this mark. Also it's going to change. So this is what you're going to get. Then you just move this one here. So this is what you're going to get. Then you just click OK. So if you take note that this one is even more darker compared to this one. Now no, yours shouldn't be as dark as this, but what you're going to do next is come to brightness. You reduce your brightness to -30, and my contrast, you increase it to 15. So if not, yours won't be as dark as this. So the next thing is just to bring in our element. One of the elements is for this design, for the background, is this. So I just increase the size. Then just come to relative position. Then I'll just come here and lock it. Alright, so with this one being done here, I'll just reduce the opacity. Okay, so then I'll come to shadow, give it a shadow. No, yours should be black for now, but I'll give you the color code for this. So yours is black, so just come here. This is what you have, 000, which is the default color of black. So you paste ED9236 into this place. Then you click on this check mark. Then you click on OK. But you now draw this one here. Okay, once you draw it here, you click and you still draw it further. Okay, I'll make do of this one. Alright, so then you now go and lock this guy. Okay, it's locked. So the next thing is bringing in a burger. Now for my burger, if you looked at it, there's already an effect on it already. So the effect there is this. Okay, let me just move it here. This, I'll put it here. So there's an effect on this burger already. Now the brightness, you just reduce the size to about 50. The contrast, you increase it to 20. Then you reduce the saturation. Now okay, let me show you how it is before. So I want it to kind of blend with my background. That's how I reduce the brightness. Now you see it's actually already blending with this background as it is. When I now increase the contrast a bit, but saturation makes the color want to wash out, so I can just work with it this way. So I'll just position it. Now this is the size of 77, 75. So okay, look at it. Okay, for example, maybe when you just bring in yours into Pixellab, it's going to be like this. Then you just come here and I think it was 77. We just reuse it to 77. Okay, like this. The position it here. Then we have this element. I'll send everything to you. So I'll position it here and I'll lock it. Alright, so the next thing I'll be doing is I'll just bring in there's this element. This particular element. Now by default the color wasn't like this. I worked on it. Now this is the original color, so I wanted it to blend with my background, so I just reduced the brightness a bit, increase the contrast. Then at times you just play with the hue. So I think the color kind of, so if when I brighten it, see it has already changed to this one, but let me just go to the one it was before. So this one, so this is the color code, this is the effect. Hue is 35, saturation 7, brightness 24, contrast 23. Alright, so I'll just come to this one and position it here. Let me just show you how I created this thing. It was just a mixture of two shapes in Pixellab. Alright, so okay, so that's okay for me for there. Then I will just lock it. So the next thing is my logo. So this is my logo. Now all the resources will be in the description of this video. So we'll be creating about five burger, 5 designs. So this is the logo. Just forget that it's like this. When I'm going to send to you, it will be like this. So you just reduce the size and I'll position it here. Then there's a name there already, Amaka's Kitchen. Now the font I made use of for Amaka's Kitchen is Montserrat. Maybe you'll be following all through my designs. Most you notice I Montserrat, it was regular. Montserrat regular. You know I use mostly Montserrat, except on few occasions that I use other fonts. But what I use mostly is Montserrat. So this is the size 7 and 5. Alright, so we're almost done with this first one. The next thing is just to come to shape. Well, let me show you how I created this particular one. This element, the size is 20. Then I just move it like this. Okay. Alright, so let me just give it any color. this particular one. So I copy it, come to edit. Don't worry, I can just leave it like that. Reduce your radius, then let's leave this as white. So you just move your hand like this, then move your hand here. So this is it. This is what you're going to get. So you can just successfully merge these two together. Now that they are both merged, you will just change the color, the color. Okay, so this is what we have, and just apply stroke to it. So you see they are kind of similar now. Alright, so let's just delete this and go with what we're having. So the next thing is just to bring in a shape. Okay, now I think, should I give it a radius? Well, not necessarily anyway. Okay, edit. Alright, okay, so I'll just show you how I did one of them anyway. Okay, this is the rice. Now one thing about this guy here is whenever you increase your size, you see the thing is actually moving. See, if you just increase your size, it will be moving. Even though it's see, when you tamper with, move it by this side, it will be moving. Alright, so what was now the option? Because I need to get it at the center, the very center of this. It is just to, if I scale it to this, towards this end, and I make it 100, it's going to be like this, but it's going to be very flat. Right, I think the scaling works perfectly for this. The scaling works very well for this, but I'll go to my edit, then click on plus icon, click on this eyedropper, then just come here and just to make it blend in my background. Now you see it's kind of going with my background, but I have some here before which I really strongly want you to see. Now okay, the color for this one was kind of lighter. Alright, so you see, when I actually even scaled it, as I was drawing my hand, it wasn't moving again. So I'll come to stroke. Right, so let's give it 5. About 4. Right, let's just stick with this one. Alright, so I won't be doing the rest anyway. Okay, let me do one more. I'll click plus. Okay, no, let me double copy this one. Copy this, then come to my texture, come to select. So I'll be selecting something quite similar to the design. Alright, so let's just use now. All the resources will be in the description of this video. So this is it. So I actually don't need to even tamper with this one. That's giving me exactly what I want. So when I copy it, come back to texture. Alright, so we're coming to this particular shawarma. So I leave it like this. Alright, so actually the reason is most kind of blending because I use stretcho. Scale. Okay, now I didn't even use scale. Can you imagine? He said only this one I use scale. I thought I scaled everything. So the next thing is just to bring in my grid and come here. Make sure this is here. Then come to this guy here. Now the resources, everything I'll be using it will be in the description of this video. I never intended this video to be as long as this, because that's why I mostly did not even tamper with my okay. So for these ones that I've brought in, click this, then come to this and make sure they are at the center. So I have my text is already. I don't like typing. Alright, so this is I actually did not know I've forgotten the name of that rice anyway. To the front. Okay, let me bring the names up. So I used the same color for the same color we got for this. Then we can kind of make this, spice this up a bit. Let's reduce the size to about 22. Then I can just manually position it somewhere around here. If it's still not visible and we need something that is kind of, we just bold it a bit. So I think for your shape, you'll be putting this particular shape. You know, I actually copied this one. I copied this element. So I strongly recommend you use this color, the brown, the same color you use for this, for your shape, before you just put it like this. Yeah, for the further rice, it's the same color I'll be making use of. So but I strongly recommend you making use of a bold font. Yeah, something like this. Then you copy this one, position this here, pizza. Okay, copy. Then this has to be shawarma. Wow. Okay, it's gonna correct itself. So need to be sure every of my texts are aligned. All right, okay, now they are kind of aligned now. All right, so we're done with this first one, done with it. So I can now just come here and save to my gallery. So let's just wait while it saves. Now the reason why whenever you're saving in Pixellab and it's taking time like this is because you're having many elements in your layer panel. Alright, so I can just get rid of the names. Alright, so this this particular guy, this element, I can just move it like this or just get rid of it. Alright, so let's just get rid of it. It is here now. So I brought in a shawarma, and that of the burger, I'm done with the burger. So this is the shawarma. It will also be now. If you note in the shawarma, when let me see, now it is like this. When I click on it, you see the edge is kind of smooth, so I don't want that. So what I did was now just take it to my downlock it. Okay, so just clicked on it instead of going there. Increase it a bit, then increase its size here. Let me just apply feather, and I'll just stretch this edge is here. Come to this side and stretch this guy side here. Alright, so it doesn't look that smooth again. Now if you look at my shawarma, I added filter to it, also saturation -20, brightness -30, and contrast is 20. Then this is my size 70. Let's see, you can use 60, let's just use 70. Then I'll come here and position it here. Alright, so this particular element I'll be making use of, I created it in one of my videos. I just had to just go and copy it instead of creating it back. So this is shawarma is almost 2,000 in naira. Compare, so because I'm not editing it anyway, it's just a fictional flyer. So this is what we have here. So you can just come here and okay, if to spice, you can save it like this. But if you want to spice it up, let's just spice this up since it's just one product. Then we'll have some elements. The leaf, I have a leaf here, I have pepper, I have onion, I have this particular one. Okay, let me hide this one. Is something else I used in another design. Okay, so copy. So for this one, I will just stylishly add this one here, move this one here, leave this here. Alright, so let me just lock every one of them. Except my leaf, that is kind of so. For this one, I just put it here. Is of no use anyway again. So it's your choice now. I think I was contemplating between positioning this this shape and just getting rid of it like this. So any one of your choice. So you can just still come here and save to the background. But if you like it without those, you can just leave it like that. So it's taking time to save. I guess I won't be saving again. I'll just be telling you to save it, because just to avoid all this time. So I can just spice it a bit and just double my leaf here. So the next thing is hide this shawarma. Then this particular one, copy it. Now the reason it's blowy is because I want to reduce the size. But don't worry, I'll save this one now, so that you see that whenever I save it, it's not going to affect it. It's not going to affect the design. So this is what I'm having now. Look at, I added effects to it already. Contrast -20, saturation -20, brightness 25, and contrast 30. Now the time contrast for this one is 30, brightness minus 25. You have to reduce the brightness like this. All right, so just minus 25. Look at it again, you just look at. All right, so let's just be, it's here. So and we will just save. So practically this is everything we are doing now. Also, when we're done saving, I'll just show you. We just, and when enhancing the picture, the design, we just do just one, and you can, I'll just do just one, so you can just replicate everything. So let me come to my place. So you can see it has already changed now. So this is what you can see. The it's not blowy. It just happened to be blowy because it was once scaled down. And now move it as big as that, it's no longer blowy. The resources will be in the description of this video, so kindly help yourself by downloading everything. Now all right, so for, I think it remains, there's this shawarma too. Now for this one, in case you're seeing it, so the brightness, I didn't tamper with this one, but I thought I did. Okay, I actually wanted to make it a bit dull. Now if you look at my background, I think I added vignettes. I wanted to add vignettes to it, but I was contemplating probably I'll add it from Snapseed, especially for this ones. Alright, so with this here, you can now still save. Alright, so I don't want to save it because already I've saved quite a number of them. So but you can save. So I have just one more burger left. So this particular one, now this is quite big. Let me just increase the size. Now also I worked already on the color field. This is, the brightness is 55 for this one. The brightness 55, contrast is 25. I didn't touch the saturation. So but this one I'm going to make it big. So make it like this. Okay, so I have this here. So this is my worker's kitchen. That's to do with my logo. How far did I move it from this? Okay, I have to move it here now so that it's going to be visible. Alright, so you can, if you like this, the price is still not, it is fictional. Alright, so that's why I'm not, so we can still save it as this. Alright, so you just save it up, save it up. Now let's now move to Snapseed to work on this, the image you've done. So that image is not yet saved. When you saved, you see it, you tell you image has been saved. So this is the one we did. So I won't be playing with accentuate. Let's see what accentuate is going to give me. Wow, I kind of like accentuate. So that image has been saved. So you can save, you can help yourself by saving this up, but I think the saturation is too much. Alright, so the saturation is kind of high. I'll just come here, come to this side, and let's, alright, so I'll come to this, then I'll just come to curves. Alright, so we can just save this up, then I'll just save one of those the other one, so you can just apply the same effect to it. So okay, let's just pick this one. So the same effect I'll be using. Okay, let me just come to the last edit, the one we used for the previous design we just saved. Now you can see this, it's kind of blended with my background. Alright, so I'll be coming to vignettes. Okay, when I move my hand, I just hope you can see the tabs. You're not seeing the tabs. Sorry, developer option. Show tabs. Now, so when I just move my hand like this, then the inner, if I also, but it's going to be very bad if I leave it like this, but I'll just make the of this one like this anyway. Okay, now compare with this, so I can gladly export. I kind of like the vibe. Alright, so that's everything for this tutorial. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Then we'll see in the next video. Cheers.